morning, everyone. Judy here at URE Farm. It's time to think about strawberries if I want strawberries next spring, and I love to start out spring with strawberries. So this is the bed that I had garlic in earlier this year. I've taken that out and I planted this cover crop. Now today, this is the last week in September, and my strawberry plugs should be coming in a week or two. So today I'm going to take down this cover crop and start getting this area ready for a strawberry bed. I always strive to keep the soil covered to protect the soil, and strive to keep roots growing in the ground as much as possible to help support the soil life, to capture sunlight and take the carbon into the soil. So that is what I've learned over the years after trying a lot of different methods. I like this one best, using cover crops and no-till methods. Okay, that step is done. Now I think I'll wait until that dies down a little bit before I go to the next step. Okay, I'm ready for the next step in preparing my strawberry bed. So I have pulled 2 strings here to lay out the bed I want for my strawberries, and it's 3 feet wide and about 18 feet long. And I have 50 plugs coming, so that should be enough room for all those when I make 3 rows in here, and there'll be 1 foot between each row. So I think that's going to work out good. Now, what else I had to decide on, I have been advised in the past that these fall planted strawberries need a raised bed covered in black plastic to increase the heat for the roots in the springtime, to get them started better in the spring. Well, I don't like what the plastic does to the soil, and I don't like digging up the soil enough to pile up a raised bed. I don't like to disturb the soil that much. So I had to make a decision. Do I want to go with what they have advised, what all the commercial growers do, or do I want to try to do what's best for my soil? So this time I've chosen to do what I think is best for my soil, and then we'll see how that works out for the strawberries in the spring. So today I plan to pull this green back off of this bed. Then I want to put down compost and then put the green growth back on top of that. So I'm going to get started. Okay, now I have most of the green material off the bed, and I'm going to spread this compost that I made last summer on the bed. Now that the compost is on, I'm going to scatter that green plant material back on top of the compost. That's going to be part of the mulch, and also when it decays, it will be organic matter to help feed the soil microbes. Okay, that's all of that for today. Next, I think I'll wet that down good to keep moisture in the compost and to start getting the bed moist. You can see that the green cover crop has turned brown now, and today I am covering the bed with leaves that we picked up in the woods near our house. Well, I'm excited today. This is the first week in October, and today the UPS truck brought my strawberry plugs. So I'm going to open those up and see how they look. I ordered these last summer, pre-ordered, to be shipped the first week in October. what we have here. Slide those right out there. Now, get this untied. And there I have some nice looking strawberry plugs. And what's also good is my strawberry bed is all ready. So all I have to do is get them in my bed. I think they look good. Okay, this here I changed. I've been getting Chandler strawberry plugs. And last year, if you remember from my video, I chose to grow my own Chandler plants. And the plants were beautiful, and I had a lot to put in my bed in the fall and October. And they grew well over the winter time and in the spring. But the strawberries did not look like Chandler strawberries. So I decided this year to go back to buying my plugs from someone that had already grown them for me. So this is what I have, 50 of them. And also, instead of getting Chandler this year, I decided to switch and to try the Ruby June strawberry plugs. So we'll see how those do for us. I've got my strawberry bed all ready, so all I have to do now is just to put the plants in the ground. So I'm going to plant them approximately a foot apart and 3 rows in this bed, and spacing between the rows about 1 foot. See, that's a nice plant. I'm going to loosen these roots a little bit. Now when I put it in the ground, I want the soil to come right to the top of this soil. I don't want any roots to be showing, and I don't want to cover this little crown here that's going to grow. The best time to plant strawberries here in North Carolina, in my opinion, is the first week of October, or somewhere close to that. When I plant strawberries in the fall, they can grow all winter. They don't have a lot of weed pressure, and I can harvest the berries in the spring. And after I'm finished harvesting the berries, then I can take up the plants and plant something else here. I have tried a lot of different methods over the years, and one other method is to plant plants in the spring, let them grow runners in a matted row over that summer to have berries the next spring. And I have had some nice strawberries that way, but it takes a lot more work to maintain that bed throughout that spring, summer, fall to get the berries the next spring. So as far as the nicest berries and the easiest to work with for me has been to plant the strawberry plants in the first week of October, and then harvest in the spring of the next year, and then clean out the bed and plant something else, and then start again the following fall for berries for the next spring. This plant's a little bit small, doesn't look too healthy, but I think I'll put it in the ground and see if it can grow. Now I have prepared this bed to be optimum for the soil, to try to take care of it over the winter and feed it, and also to leave organic matter in the spring to make the soil better. I think it's going to work good for the strawberries too, so stay tuned, and next spring we'll see how it all works out. When I finish getting these last two plants in, then I'm going to finish watering, and then probably tomorrow I will fertilize all of them with some fish and seaweed, and I think they'll be set to go good for the winter and in the spring. Now I have a nice bed of strawberries. There's about 47 plants. I did have 2 or 3 places that were short a plant in the 50 plug tray, so I ended up with about 47. And you remember I ordered those last summer from Ison's nursery to be shipped here the first week of October. And I've got them all in the ground now. The plants cost about $65 with delivery charge. And the leaves were free. We got those from our woods. And the chipped bark, or the chipped wood we had here, we had gotten that last winter when the power company had people come through and trim under the power lines and around, so that was free. So, and the fertilizer cost will be very minimal because I've used compost, and that was free except for my labor. So basically this cost about $65 to establish. If it does well, we will get a lot of nice strawberries next spring. So that's all I have for you today. Thank you for watching. I ask you to stay tuned next spring and see what happens. And I hope you have a blessed day.